How does Miranda define custodial interrogation? Imagine you're at a police station and officers start asking questions. Do you know exactly when your rights kick in? That's where understanding custodial interrogation becomes important. Custodial interrogation happens when law enforcement questions someone who has been taken into custody or is not free to leave. It's not just about being arrested, but about being in a situation where your freedom is limited enough that you feel you cannot walk away. This idea comes from a key Supreme Court case called Miranda versus Arizona. The court decided that any statements made during custodial interrogation are not allowed in court unless you know and understand your rights and agree to talk. They wanted to make sure people are aware of their rights before giving statements that could be used against them. To figure out if an interrogation is custodial, courts use what's called a reasonable person standard. They ask if a typical person in your position would feel free to leave. It's not just about being handcuffed or formally arrested. It's about whether your freedom to go about your day is restrained by the situation. Several factors help determine this. The location is important. Questioning at a police station feels more coercive than on a busy street. The time of day matters too. Late-night questioning can seem more intimidating. The number of officers present, especially if they are armed, can make a difference. If you are alone without friends or family, that can increase feelings of pressure. Other things to consider include whether you started the conversation, how long the questioning lasts, and if you were told you could leave. If you went voluntarily to the police station and were told you were not under arrest, that weighs against a custodial finding. But if police make it seem like you cannot leave, that's a sign of custody. It's also important to know that custodial interrogation doesn't need to involve an arrest. Police can delay arrest to ask questions first. If a judge thinks you could have walked away before being arrested, any statements made without Miranda warnings might be used against you. Miranda rights protect you during custodial interrogation. They include the right to remain silent, the right to know that anything you say can be used against you, and the right to have an attorney present. If you ask for an attorney or refuse to answer, police must stop questioning. Knowing when you are in custody helps you decide whether to exercise your rights. If you're unsure, it's best to ask if you are free to leave. Remember, once questioning ends and you are free to go, the custodial period is over. Understanding custodial interrogation is key to knowing your rights. It helps you recognize when police are questioning you in a way that requires Miranda warnings. Being aware of these rules can protect you and ensure your rights are respected during legal processes.